Oh my God.
Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. So today we're changing things up a bit on my channel. Today is the first episode of Face Match. And Face Match is a series where we have one face, my face, two artists, and a challenge. So in Face Match, I want to experiment the artistic choices an artist makes when doing makeup. I want to see what goes on in an artist's head before coming up with a look. And I want to compare my mind to other artists' minds. Does that make any sense? I feel like this way you really get to know your favorite artists, like how they come up with looks, how do they go about it, what's their game plan, how do they do it, and how different is it from me. So in today's video, I'll be trying out the brand new KKW and Mario collection. This collection contains a full eyeshadow palette, 2 lip glosses, and a lipstick. And I get to play with it today for the first time ever, so it's my first time dipping in, but it's not just my first time playing with this palette, it's also the first time for Mitchell. And Mitchell has been one of my all-time favorite makeup artists on Instagram for the longest time now. He gives me so much inspiration, like literally, he is an artist to the core. Both Mitchell and I taped confessionals earlier this morning to tell you exactly what we have in mind for this look. The rules are simple. Every Face Match episode has a different challenge, and today's challenge is using every eyeshadow color in the palette that we're using today. And today we're using the KKW Mario palette. Whatever both Mitchell and I said in our confessionals this morning is what we have to stick to in our tutorial portion. So let's say I said in my confessional, I want the blue all over. As soon as I start doing my makeup, I have to stick to that. It might just so happen that Mitchell and I both come up with the same look. It also might just very well so happen that we come up with 2 completely different looks. And this is nice because this palette isn't out yet, and this gives you a chance to look at 2 different looks using the palette. So it gives you more variety and it shows you more options to this palette and collection. So if you ask me, we've been sitting around for way too long. It's time to actually dig into this new KKW and Mario collection, see what it's all about, see how it performs with 2 artists. Please sit down and enjoy the first episode of Face Match.
Hi guys, so I'm Mitchell and I'm from the Instagram page Mama Mitchell, and we're going to be using the KKW and Mario collab. Here is the palette. Oh my god, this is going to be like really hard. It's going to be quite typical in the crease, and I'm going to use like these 2 shades and then deepen it up with this shade. Definitely want to use this on the lid. Oh my god, no. Deep in the crease with this one, blend out the deep with this one, blend out that with this one, and this on the lid with a spotlight of this, and then an even lighter spotlight of this. I don't know where I'd put that. This, then this, then this, then this on the lid. And then we'll probably put this like a little bit like underneath the eye or something like that. I think it'll be a really nice statement to have Libra, the blue one, on the lower lash line. But now the hard thing is I've got to stick with that idea, so I can't go back on myself with this one now. So I'm going to keep that there just for my reference. Let's go. I'm going to start by carving out a shape for the brow, just so then when we do the brows later on, we've got a little bit of a guideline to follow. Make sure it's really nice and blended to the skin. So we're going to go into this shade first, which is Albanian. I'm going to start in the very centre of the socket. Start to just wiggle my brush in that little area.
It's incredible how light your touch is. I can't get over it.
I'm like tickling. That's all you need.
It's not even a tickle, it's like
a vibrate.
I'm excited to see your next step. I'm just interested to see where you're gonna put that blue.
Now that you're saying this, I just feel like I need to put my blue in a different place. So to take my amber, which is this middle shade on the top. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna place this just around the edges of that reddy orange shade.
Oh my god, the blending king has arrived.
I'm just doing nice sideways motions. Almost just scratching that edge away. So I'm just gonna go back in with our previous shade, Albanian. Just build that back up one more time. But remember, just keeping your pressure really, really light. Now I'm gonna start to add depth to this eye. I'm gonna take this shade, which is Loyalty. I'm gonna take my product almost on like the side of the brush rather than the tip of the brush. I'm gonna place my brush just on the outer corner and really lightly just start to wiggle.
You know what's gonna be the saddest part? Is that for once people are gonna see that I suck. Talent. getting there. Natural, forced. I do want to point out though, something I'm noticing. There's kickback in the pan, see? It's nothing like, you know, Anastasia,
yeah.
but I do want to point it out.
Now to create the spotlight. I'm gonna go back to our P. Louise base. And I'm gonna start nice and high. And when I'm doing this, guys, I'm just tapping it onto the skin. Go back into our deepest shade that we used, Loyalty. I'm just tapping this over where that concealer ends. We're gonna go into 2008.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, Mario, what have you done here?
Oh, the color is a beauty.
Stunning.
There
I'm gonna take this shade, Armenian, and this is gonna go at either side of that spotlight that we've just created. I love that this palette is allowing me to create a really heavy look. That is not what I expected from Mario's palette. I'm gonna take this shade, called Glam. This is coming just next to that Armenian shade. Each shade that I'm using, I'm just going almost just one next to it. So I'm gonna take this bronzer shade, and it's gonna come a little bit further out, just on the outer corner. But not all the way over, still keep a little bit of your depth there. These shimmers are so nice.
Insane. Oh my God, I'm never gonna take this look off. It's so good. This one is left, this one, and that one.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna start on a skin, but I think we're gonna do it off camera just because we want the focus to be on
the eyes.
Yes. Power of makeup challenge.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
So I'm gonna do the bottom of the eyes now, and I'm gonna take this Zoeva pencil first, and this is going right into the waterline. I'm just gonna start to soften that black.
Which is going in with this one.
And this is gonna go on the outer corner of the lash line. Right onto the inner corner of the lash line as well. But leaving the center nice and free. Gonna go into our blue, push it onto that lower lash line. I'm gonna take this Decade shade, and I'm just gonna tap it onto the inner corner area, just to brighten it a bit, and almost just clean up where our shadow might have dropped a bit.
Mitchell has officially passed the challenge. You used all 10 shades.
Do you wanna apply the lip?
Am I helping the competition? Classic K. Oh, that's lighter than I thought it was gonna be.
No, I thought it'd be darker.
Like 2 swipes and it's on.
Yeah, that's so nice. So I'm gonna take the shade Juicy, which is this one. Almost just around the edges of the lip. And then just to give a really nice pouty effect, I'm gonna take a lighter shade through the center. Guys, if you're from the UK and you like a UK nude lip, you need this.
Okay, today's challenge is creating a full-on look using one palette, and we have to use every single shade in the Mario palette. I saw this on Alyssa Ashley's channel, so that's today's challenge. Hello. Ooh, okay. Okay, first, right off the bat, what I know is that this color is gonna end up in my inner corners. That's number one. My main issue is the blue and this maroony purple shade, because the maroony purple shade is shimmery. I wish this wasn't shimmery. I feel like the blue could either go all over the lid and really take center stage, or on the lower lash line, but I feel like that's what Mitchell might do. I feel like I'm gonna be using this shade in my crease. This shade either also in the crease to darken and add depth, and then also this gray shade to add more depth. I feel like on the lid I'm gonna do this one first, and then it blends into that one because it's easy to blend into, but then it leaves me with this bronze. What if, okay, cut crease. This one in the crease. Okay, so what if I put this shade on the inner corner to highlight, this one on the brow bone, then I cut my crease, and on the crease is this color blending into that color, deepening with this color. Then on the lid, I make a gradient from this shade into that shade, and then maybe a little bit of that shade. What if I blend these two together? So the blue takes the main focus on the lower lash line, and then this blends into that on the outer corner, then deepened with that. Oh my God, I got it down. I think I got it. I feel like that is what I'm supposed to do, and I really hope that Mitchell isn't doing that. All right, my turn. So this is what Mitchell did. He is right there. He's in the audience. I must say that color-wise, as you can see from my confessionals, we're pretty much on the same level, but my shape and placement is different. The first color I want to go in with is this one. Oh. I'm noticing a lot of pigment. This base and the shadows almost work like a magnet. Like it clings onto it so nicely. Looking a little darker than I expected though. My second color out of the 10, guess what? I said in my confessionals, it's gonna be my transition shade. Blending nicely. I love that it's not blending splotchy and sometimes when you blend, a little portion can look darker than the other. Yeah. Not doing that. Now that we've got the crease down, it's time for me to cut the lid, which will cut the crease too. I'm going back in with my P. Louise base. I'm praying to the makeup gods that this goes well. So I start off by stamping that on. You can watch back my confessionals, but I said the dark gray on the outer corner. Okay. Okay, so I have that color on my outer corner, and then I'm gonna focus on the lid. For the lid, I said I was gonna use this shade first on like the inner third, which is called Armenian. Oh, that's a pretty color. Such a Kim K color. The golden days, light under eye, golden eye. For the center, I'm using this shade, this one right here, which is called Glam. The shimmers are so pretty. They blend so easy. You don't even have to do anything. They reflect the light beautifully. The bronzy shade, this one right here, is going right in between the darkness and that center shade. I feel like that center shade can look a little grayish. Like, although it's a shimmer, it can look a little grayish in some lights, and this truly like warms it back up. Going in with the highlighter shade, which is called 2008. It's probably my favorite shade of the entire palette. Oh, I have arrived. Oh, this is what it feels like to be me again. Okay, so that is the top lid done. So as you can see, there's a difference. The shape is different, the placement is different, but still you can see that it works. So now I'm going to do a foundation and concealer, just like Mitchell does it, and then I'll be back for the bottom lashes. Bottom lashes. I also planted the blue on the bottom lashes, but not like that. I'm going in with a blue liner. Now I'm gonna go in with the blue, which is called Libra. I'm gonna go right over top to sort of set that liner. Oh, that blue is not playing around. I heard you wondering, when are you gonna use the purple? Now's the time. I'm gonna blend into that right here. Blending it in with the blue and connecting it to the top. So I pretty much used all the colors except for this one, and I wanna put it on the brow bone. Okay, so eye is done. It's time to complete the lips. Same subs, don't judge. They feel different than her previous glosses too. These feel less sticky. Oh, this new gloss is everything. Boom! I feel like it took me by surprise because I expected it sort of to not perform as well. Is that shady? And I know a lot of people are probably gonna ask, how does this feel compared to Kylie Jenner palettes, I feel like they're a world of a difference. I feel like these are a lot more creamy, a lot more easy to apply, very smooth, very buttery, very intense, very nice. Whereas with Kylie's, I feel like after blending, you kind of lose all, you know, strength and power. So compared to Kylie, I think this palette by Kim definitely wins. The only downside I have to this, which isn't the biggest downside, but I should mention it, is that there's kickback in the palette.
I think the only other thing I want to say about it is you can really tell that there's a makeup artist behind this palette. You can really tell that Mario's behind it. It's just such a good quality palette, and
it's really thought out. So that's it, guys. That concludes the first episode of Face Match with the challenge using every shadow of a palette. Now the question is, it's a hard one because I know where this is gonna go. Who do you think won? Let me know in the comments down below. It's Mitchell. Nonetheless, I learned so much today working with Mitchell again, and just if you're not following this man on Instagram, what are you doing with your life? As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, especially if you want to see more face matches. It's been an honor. I'm gonna miss you. They're gonna fly back to England. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.